Hello, my name is Kieran Carson and welcome to Open Inspection Episode 2. In this episode we'll be speaking about how to make an offer. My name is Kieran Carson, with me today is Jaden Keenan and Amanda DeBono. So first up, I suppose the most important thing to discuss is what to do prior to making an offer. So there are a few things that you want to do, and Jaden, what might they be?
Well, one of the most important one is to go to a bank or a broker and just see how much you can borrow off the bank to be able to make a good offer onto a property that you do fall in love with.
And look, the most thing is important about that is make sure when you go to see a bank that you do turn up with all the paperwork and everything they require, because that'll obviously expedite the process and make sure that we are in a position to make that offer and make it in a favourable way. Anything else that you think you need to do prior to making that offer?
Well, you'll probably want to research the area and know what houses in the area are going for, just so you do know where you're going to have to be sitting to be able to make a very favourable offer to the vendor.
And look, that's an important thing, because if you don't have your finance, you don't want to be making and looking at properties that are outside your budget, because it's like everything, you don't want to be looking at what you can't afford, because then it just makes what you can afford not look quite as effective. So finance is a very important part of the whole real estate process. We'll move on to, I suppose, the next part, which is when you're actually going to make that offer, and making that offer is probably the most important part of the whole process, and how do you make that offer and how you can make that look the best you can, I suppose, is what we're here to try and help you with today. So Amanda, what kind of things do you look at when you're trying to make the most favourable offer you can on a property?
Well, firstly, if you're going to make an offer, just make sure it is reasonable and within the price range that they're asking, or even close to it, just so they know you are serious.
Yeah, so look, another thing you've got to look at as well is, in terms of when you're making that offer, try and make it so it's not subject to finance. So again, it goes back to the first point of if you can try and get that finance sorted prior to actually making that offer, that's always going to be of a huge advantage. Any building and pest inspection you can try and get done prior to the option, prior to making that offer, is going to be advantageous to you also. So these kind of things are all beneficial. Settlement terms, when we were talking about this episode, Jaden and I, one thing Jaden mentioned to me was settlement terms, and trying to make them match up to what your vendor is looking for or your owner is looking for. The second part, once you make that offer, not every offer is going to be accepted first time, so don't be disappointed if it's not accepted first time, and be aware that you may have to increase that offer slightly. So what we know in the industry is the vendor's counter offering, which is a common process. Basically, the way the counter offer process works is the vendor, you make your offer, and then the vendor will come back to you, and Jane's got a bit of information about that as well.
Yeah, so if you are to get a counter offer, usually what we'll do is we'll have a contract with the original price that you have put on there. We'll present that to the vendor and see where they're at with their price. If they're not happy with it, then what they usually will do is they'll cross out the price that you'll put on there with your settlement terms as well if they aren't agreeable to that, and put something they are agreeable to. We'll then come back to you and see where you are standing at the moment and see if you would like to come up in your offer, or if you'd like to just try resubmit the original offer.
Yeah, look, and the important part about that again is, if you're making an offer, make sure you ask your agent for that counter offer. If your offer is not accepted, ask them to have that counter offer for you, because that's going to help you understand exactly where the vendor's at. It takes the agent out of the question, takes the middleman out of it, and makes it very clear as to where everybody is sitting in the whole negotiation process. But that's basically how you make a favourable offer. The last little bit of advice I'll give you is, once you do make your offer, once it is accepted and you've popped your champagne and had your celebration, the next thing is ensuring that you're ready for settlement. So just make sure that, again, you're speaking to your conveyancer all the way through, you're speaking to your bank all the way through and getting them all their documents and all the paperwork that they request, just so that it ensures that you settle on time, there's no disappointment in pushing out settlement terms for you. And then the last part of that is just making sure you get your final inspection done with your agent. So give them a buzz, probably a week out from settlement, ask them for a time that you can go through and have a look at the property and make sure it's still in the same condition it was when you purchased it. Unless you've got anything else to add, it's basically the process of how to make an offer and get the best out of making an offer in the process.
Yeah, I think you covered most of it.
Good job.
No worries. All right. Well, thank you for watching, guys. If there's any questions about making an offer or any other real estate questions, feel free to speak to us at Twitter. Our handle there is @InspectionOpen, or feel free to look at us on Facebook and send questions to that at Open Inspection on Facebook. Thank you once again.